talented athletes. They have to adjust to the speed at this level this game will present. Also, they're very thankful for the opportunity to be here this afternoon. They're going to use this as a recruiting tool. They want to put on a show this afternoon to recruit potential players, and also it's a great measuring stick. They're excited to see where they stand on the big stage. Other sideline, Coach Marone, big deal is Stony Brook, and running the football last week, 521 yards. They have to tackle well. They have to contain the perimeter speed of Stony Brook. They also have to do a better job offensively, getting out of the gates quicker, do a great job establishing the run, and also a very dangerous game for Syracuse. Coach Marone said there's a lot of Division I players, or a lot of players on Stony Brook trying to prove they belong at the Division I level. They're here with something to prove today. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Danny. Coach Marone 4-0 against FCS teams in his brief tenure. His 4th season at Syracuse, the longest tenured coach in the Big East, believe it or not, as the Orange get set for their final season in that conference. And the Orange will kick off to get this one started. Deep to receive for the Seawolves. Just one of their FBS transfers, Adrian Coxon, who came to Stony Brook from the University of Maryland. 11 Football Bowl subdivision transfers on this Stony Brook roster, and talking with Coach Priori about, why is that happening? Why are they all coming to Stony Brook? He said, well, we've got great academics. Our style of offense is attractive. Kids want to play right away these days, and especially when they transfer, they don't want to sit a year. And of course, when you transfer from the FBS to the FCS, you can play immediately. And they're having an immediate impact on this program. Ryan Norton kicks off. And it is deep, just into the end zone. Fumbled away by Coxon, and now he takes a knee. And the Seawolves will start out on the 25-yard line.
First thing, checklist, special teams, check. No return, make them go long field. So that worked.
And Norton has been great at kicking off for Syracuse this year. There's the quarterback of the Seawolves, Kyle Essington. He's only attempted 23 passes this season in 2 games. Syracuse has 75 completions. But Essington 11-1 as a starting quarterback. He came in last year and sparked the Seawolves to a 9-game winning streak and took them into the 2nd round of the FCS playoffs. First play, what do you know, on the ground, and that is Coker. Up ahead across the 30-yard line. Marcus Coker, the backup tailback, who was 2nd in the Big Ten in rushing last year at the University of Iowa. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you as always by Geico. Maisonette and Coker figured to get most of the carries. Kevin Norrell, 4 catches, 52 yards a catch. The offensive line huge. Fernando Diaz, a transfer from Pittsburgh. The rest of them started last year. And now the Orange coming across on 2nd down. That was Dion Goggins making contact. Let's see if he was drawn off.
I don't think so.
Offside. Defense, number 13. 5-yard penalty, resulting in a first down.
I talked with Coach Marone this week about the difference in his team's performances in the first half and second half this season. They have gotten off to sluggish starts, only to come on strong in the second half. And he said it's just a matter of this team trying to find its identity and its confidence to be able to come out strong. They start this one on defense, so let's see if they can make an opening statement as they've given the Seawolves a first down on the penalty. This is Maisonette picking his way up across the 45, and a first down carry out to the 48. Miguel Maisonette averaging 10 yards a carry coming in. Dale, they have 3 guys averaging 10 yards or more per carry. Here's the Syracuse defense. Marcus Pierce-Brewster, a transfer coming in, starting at defensive end as they return 6 of their top 7 tacklers from last year, including all 3 linebackers. It's Diabate in the middle. Rashard Anderson, career-high 9 tackles against USC last weekend down at MetLife Stadium. Here's Coker, tries the right side, and this time he's met at the line of scrimmage. Pushing his way up to midfield, though. Gain of a couple.
See why he was such a good rusher at Iowa. He got turned around backwards, kept his leg drive going, and got something. He was stopped at 0. He got about 1.5 yards. You know, teams develop a right or left hand early. This looked like Stony Brook going to the left. I think they headed that way. He cut it back off to the right, but they stopped him. Syracuse tightening up a little bit defensively against the run.
2nd and 8 now for Essington, right at midfield. Coker behind. Now he'll fake to Coker and throw. Got some time and some room, and the pass is dropped. Would have been a first down or close to it. There's Dave Shukri with the drop, the tight end, and now a 3rd and 8 coming up, and this is not the position Stony Brook wants to be in.
A little counter option. They faked it to Coker. He rolls. Actually, not a bad throw. Shamarko Thomas hit him as soon as he got it, but that was not a bad throw. It just went through the hands of the receiver. Big 3rd down here for both teams.
Essington only attempted 6 passes last weekend against Pace. He completed all 6. So that's his first incompletion since week 1. 3rd and 8. Didn't look good. Looked like an early start. And false start is being signaled out there.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Coach Marone has talked about Chuck Priori's offensive line, and both of these guys, Marone and Priori, offensive line guys. In fact, that's how they've come to know each other. Chuck says he's seen Coach Marone at clinics over the years. But he made a point of saying, hey, this Stony Brook offensive line is bigger than ours. And the biggest of the bunch, Mike Bamiro, the right tackle, 345 pounds. And now 3rd and 13. Orange show blitz, here they come. Masonette caught behind the line and dropped. Marquis Sproul, first one there. Brandon Reddish finished him off in the orange. Get the stop on the opening drive.
Nice cleanup by Reddish. Sproul hit him first. Nice read by Reddish. He sees him coming out. Sproul gets him down low, gets away. Reddish finishes him off, and Sproul turned it in, and the D-back did what he's supposed to. Hit him hard, hit him up, and drive him to the turf.
And Massa gets dumped on the incompletion, and quickly it's 3rd down.
Kevin Howder in there, number 66. Got his hand up. He was right in the middle, read the screen well.
One thing about the no huddle makes it very difficult to do starting lineups.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll accommodate.
Yes. Coach Marone could give us a little time there. 3rd down now and 10. Lots of time now. Nassib flushed. Gets rid of it. Out of bounds. Incomplete. He was being chased on the play and had to get rid of that football before he wanted to. The defense very quickly. Leston Simpson, the transfer from Minnesota, the leading tackler on the defensive line. Jawara Dudley leads them in sacks with a couple so far this year. And in the secondary, Devontae Anderson with 2 picks this season and 8 for his career. Dan Mulrooney, another transfer from Boston College. So a quick 3 and out for the Orange on their opening possession and failed to gain a yard. And this is one of the 2 punters they've been using this year. Jonathan Fisher is deep to receive. Zach Chabane, who is the starting left guard, also the punt protector, last line of defense. Orange dead last in the country in punt coverage. Fisher either intentionally or great luck angles that one for the sideline, so no return on the play. And the Seawolves will take over at their own 35-yard line.
One thing they've been talking about in the special teams is like to get the ball higher. As you look at the media poll, 41 on that punt, no return.
Syracuse picks 7th in the Big East as Temple rejoins the conference this year. And of course, the Orange coming off a 5-7 season last year, lost their last 5 games after a 5-2 start. And of course, their first 2 this year, making it 7 straight losses. So the guys, we talked to them this week about getting up for this game versus getting up for USC, how much tougher it was, and they all said the same thing. Hey, we want to win.
Timeout. Stony Brook.
We don't care who it is.
First charge, timeout.
And Coach Marone said, how can you have a letdown when you haven't won a game? And Chuck Priori saw something he didn't like, and he called a quick timeout there, waving his team over for a few words of advice. His quarterback, anyway, is we'll take a timeout as well. No score here at the Carrier Dome. Both teams coming up empty on their opening possessions this afternoon.
Jimmy Johnson knows that if losing didn't hurt, winning wouldn't feel so good.
Doug Marrone arrived here in 2009. Everybody was ready for the offense. Twice the Saints led the NFL in total offense while he was the offensive coordinator there. And well, he has brought it better late than never. The Orange 525.5 yards per game. The SU record 451.5 set in 1959. That was a pretty good season. They're 74 yards ahead of that against a pretty good competition. Now the fake, got a man open, wide open. That's Norrell behind the secondary. Touchdown, Stony Brook. 63 yards for a guy averaging 52 yards a catch. It's going up. What a call out of the timeout, Dale.
Yep, put him in motion, watch the motion come, and then he just blows up the field, and he is behind everybody. Makes a nice over-the-shoulder grab over Anderson. Anderson can't catch him, and just like that, Stony Brook puts the first points on the board.
They have not missed an extra point. That is their 19th touchdown of the season, and they are perfect on all 19 PATs.
Boy, they had Syracuse looking for the run on that after that timeout, and they just burned them on a sprint down the field by Norrell.
Kind of a kidney punch for Syracuse and its fans as Kevin Norrell, now this guy's no slouch either. He transferred in from Washington State. Played there in 2008. Actually played junior college before arriving at Stony Brook. But Norrell with some serious wheels. He has an 84-yard, an 89-yard, and now a 63-yard touchdown all this season.
I'll tell you what, they've got to be confident. They've done a great job. Syracuse's first offensive series was nothing. They come back, take a timeout, and Coach Peoria was mad. They had to take the timeout, set the play up, and they burned Syracuse for a touchdown with a lot of time left. Only like 3 minutes and 40 seconds gone in this quarter, and there's been one offensive series by Syracuse, 3 and out.
And here's another stat for you. That is the 6th one-play touchdown drive for Stony Brook in their first 2+ games. So 6 times they've just quick strike. I mean, the quickest.
Well, the Orange need to answer. They need to get a good run back, get some field position, and put one up there, because the longer you let these teams, it's a trite thing to say, the longer they hang around, the more confidence they get.
Short kickoff taken by Renee at the 12. He's got a big hole. Gets to the sideline and now bumped out of bounds as he crossed the 35 out close to the 37-yard line. Stephen Renee returning kicks as Jeremiah Kobina, the Orange primary kick returner, will miss the next few weeks, is all we're told, with an upper body injury. Had surgery this week. Kobina, a speedster, had also made an impact with a couple of touchdown catches at receiver this season. So tough guy to lose as the Orange begin their second possession. Gully caught after a very short game. The first one there for Stony Brook, Winston Longdon.
The defensive back stepped up, came off his block, got right in the hole.
Prince Tyson Gully, leading rusher for the Orange. Takes the swing pass. That's his 10th catch of the year. He busts it up the sideline. Nobody in front. Foot race, and Gully wins. Touchdown, Syracuse. There's your answer, Dale. 2 plays.
That's what they needed.
62 yards. Almost the same distance.
Sean Hickey, number 60, gets a nice block on the outside. Watch Hickey right there. There's the block. And then they got picked off. The linebacker and the safety got picked off by themselves. And Tyson Gully being chased by the linebacker. A little bit of a mismatch as he goes. How many yards is that? 60?
62.
62.
We've got ourselves a shootout. Troutman with the extra point, and we are tied. 7 apiece.
There's the speed I'm sure that Coach Peoria was talking about. on the outside. It's just a little swing pass, and there's the block by Hickey. And watch the pickoff right there. The tight end got a decent block, but now you got a linebacker showing good speed, but not able to catch PTG.
Prince Tyson Gully going the distance with that one. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns this season, and that is his first through the air. Again, on his 10th catch already. That is tied for second on the team. Gully, as some believe, a perfect fit for this quick no-huddle offense for Syracuse.
He hits the hole as quick as anybody I've seen in a long time. I mean, and you know, he's a big guy too. I mean, he's not tall, but is he 5'10", 190, 195 pounds? And when he hits that hole, he's got good moves and got good hands. You saw the hands, patient, soft hands, waited for that to get right in his hands, waited for the blocking. Hickey, and then just a nice job by Tyson Gully.
Well, that is the first points the Seawolves have given up in the first quarter. They outscored their opponents 49-0 out of the gates. Again, 2 FCS teams and stepping things up quite a notch today against the Syracuse Orange. Norton's kick high, not very deep, taken at the 7 by Coxon, and great coverage on the kick return. Wrestled out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain.
Flag.
Eskridge in on the tackle with Richie Desir.
There's going to be
flag
a
back
personal foul, yeah.
After the play, personal foul, kicking team, late hit, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I don't know whether was it the late hit on the ball carrier or was it in the middle of the field? Must have been in the middle of the field, but they got him they got him in trouble, and now they give him 15 free ones.
Wayne Morgan, the freshman, getting an earful from Doug Marone.
That's not what
I think it was away from the play.
Yeah,
right.
because there were 2 guys tangling and came away with his shoulder pad pulled out of his jersey.
I'm sure Wayne Morgan is very familiar with a lot of the players on this Stony Brook roster as a city kid and one of the top recruits. Well, that certainly helped out Stony Brook. Now they're at their own 30 versus being back at about their own 15-yard line. Full house backfield. Masonette through a big seam and now close to another first down. Right at his average of 10 yards per carry.
Make no mistake about it, this team can run the ball, and they obviously can pass it because they broke a big one. Their bread and butter, however, is controlling the clock, controlling the ball, and just like that, they got a first down. Syracuse had him in a hole, but the 15-yard penalty gave them a break, and they're taking advantage of it.
521 rushing yards last weekend against Pace, and 9 of their 11 touchdowns were on the ground. First down at their own 40. Essington fakes, chase from behind, and a great catch on the near sideline. And that is Coxon pulling it in. The transfer from Maryland has another first down inside Syracuse territory.
Great hands. Watch the diving catch, a rollout. Essington waiting for him to make his break to the sideline. Look at the break right there. What a nice diving catch. Gave him a bit of a cushion, but you can't expect him to make a catch like that every time. That was a great diving catch. And Essington gets his team another first down on a nice throw.
6'1", 215-pound sophomore from Baltimore. Coxon, good size at wide receiver. Now they give it to Coker, left side. Stacked up, but he spins out of it and still managed to get 5 or 6 yards. 1,300 plus yards and 15 touchdowns in the Big Ten last year for the University of Iowa. But he comes back to be closer to home, also a Maryland native, Beltsville, Maryland. Coker now at least within driving distance, but the co-MVP of the Insight Bowl back in 2010, rushed for 219 yards and a couple of touchdowns. So he's gotten it done at the highest level. This time they fake it his way. Going for Norrell. Out pattern. Caught, and another first down at the 30. A short completion for Norrell, but his second catch of the first quarter.
The corner, Keon Lynn on him, man for man. He makes a break to the inside, then cuts it back to the outside, and you can see the separation right there between he and Lynn. And a nice throw by Essington for a team that, well, you know what, let's face it, the two teams they played, they probably didn't have to throw the ball that much. And they've got, obviously, a passing game that works. They've thrown two nice out patterns, and they're moving the ball, running and passing.
Yeah, Essington looking pretty good. Senior from California. Hands to Coker. Another big hole over the left side. Hitting the secondary, but still got about 8.
They're getting a good hole off tackle. They're taking the outside man from Syracuse, sealing him off and sealing off the inside. That was a big hole on the left side. Get a good look at it right here. Watch him go. Now he just cut to the left. Look at the hole. See, they got a block on the outside man on the end. Number 91 from Syracuse, Brandon Sharp, the DN. They sealed him off and caught up inside of him.
Running right over left guard. That's Fernando Diaz's spot, the transfer from Pittsburgh. And now 2nd and 2. Another fake. Looking for Norrell. He's covered. Now throws it into traffic and through the end zone. Just probably trying to get rid of that one.
Norrell's made a lot of friends. There were 2 guys in a third.
He's the only one in the pattern.
Yeah, he is. That was if he can't get open, I better throw the ball away, and he did.
Listen to Chuck Priori talk this week. He said ideally they'd like to throw it 20, 25
yeah,
times
he
a
said
game.
that, 60-40, he said.
But they'd only attempted 25 passes total in the first 2. Certainly showing much more of an effort to get the ball up. Now 3rd and 2 at the 22-yard line of Syracuse, and the crowd making some noise for the first time. Chuck Priori calls timeout. His second used here in the first quarter. Last time he called timeout, they scored the next play.
I was just going to say, Syracuse better watch out. The last time he called a timeout, they burned them.
Well, the Orange came out and absorbed a big blow from the Wolves and answered with one of their own. We're all tied at the Dome.
Another great recruiting class. Knowles are going to make some serious noise this season.
Well, not to mention, this team was 9-4 last year. So many guys back. I don't think anybody wants to play the Knowles this year.
And those uniforms, classy. Come on.
Gotta earn it, Corso.
I'm a Seminole.
No free rides.
Don't hate.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on ESPNU. Continues at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
This is SEC football. You don't cheer for your team. You live for your team. Passion is worn like a badge of honor, so everyone knows what side you're on, but also because it looks good. The SEC on ESPN collection. Proud to be SEC. Apparel and hats available at Dick's Sporting Goods or online at dicksportinggoods.com. Every season starts at Dick's.
This is more than one team versus another. It's the present versus the past. Inevitable versus improbable. Young bucks versus seasoned vets. Unhittable versus unstoppable. Clutch versus lights out. Because it's not just the twilight of a season, it's when the lights shine brightest on baseball's biggest stage. Sunday Night Baseball, 8 Eastern on ESPN.
Legend.
In one game, Peyton Manning made Denver a Super Bowl contender.
Rising star.
They are loaded in Atlanta.
2 of the league's best quarterbacks duel in Atlanta. Peyton Manning returns to Monday Night Football to lead the Broncos against Matt Ryan and the Falcons' aerial assault. Join Countdown at 6:30 for all the news from around the league. Then, Monday Night Football. Broncos, Falcons, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. It all comes down to Monday night.
Former SU Hoop star Deion Waiters is in the house, just introduced as the crowd gives him a nice welcome back. Miguel Masonette may have been an Orange if Doug Marrone had a scholarship to give back in 2009. Look at the numbers. First all time at Stony Brook in rushing touchdowns, second in yards. And remember, he started his career at Hofstra. He's only played at Stony Brook the last 2+ seasons. And now big 3rd and 2 with Masonette behind Essington. And they give it to him. And he gets a little push from Essington and a first down inside the 20-yard line. Again, running behind that left guard from Pittsburgh.
They run a little pistol, that short, direct snap, and then little ride and decide. He put the ball in his belly, but I don't think he was going to keep a watch. Nope, he let him go, but they're right. DiBiase,
he almost didn't give it to him. Look,
right.
He's making sure he's got it.
Right, I know, because it was that option read, and they got the first down.
And now Coker back in there with fullback Fiella in front of him on 1st and 10 at the 19. Coker right up the middle, wrapped up by Brandon Sharp, but he surges ahead to the 15, a pickup of 4.
Sharp gets off the block. They've been trying to seal him off and heading between he and the tackle, but that time he closed it down. 2nd and 7.
Mason and Coker basically exchanging every other play, keeping them fresh. Inside the 15-yard line just about. We'll put them in the Geico zone. 15 minutes could save you 15% on our auto insurance. Visit geico.com. 2nd and 7. Essington fakes. Under pressure. And down he goes. Syracuse Diabate.
And a flag. Are you going to get holding on Syracuse maybe? I don't know.
He's
offsides.
Signaling offsides against Syracuse. Encroachment. That'll wipe out the sack.
Offside. Defense. Number 93. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Wipes out the sack by Syracuse Diabate, the senior linebacker out of the Bronx, who played his first 2 seasons on Long Island at Nassau Community College. Now manning the starting middle linebacker spot, moving Marquise Sproul back outside. Costly penalty. Again, keeping this drive very much alive now. A 2nd and 2 at the 10. Masonette behind Essington. He'll get it again. 1st down inside the 5. Submarine by Shamarko Thomas. Dyshawn Davis on top of him, but every run, Dale, is straight ahead, and they're getting yardage.
And they're going to the left. There's not a lot of pulling going on. You know, they zone block to the right, then he just cuts off where he sees the hole open up, and they've been hurting the left side of their offensive line and Syracuse right defensive line.
Well, they stung the Orange secondary on a long bomb for their first touchdown. This is a punishing drive. Run, run, run. Here's Coker, met at the line of scrimmage. Still gets ahead for maybe a yard as Diabate and Dion Goggins getting up for the bottom of that pile. 2nd and goal.
I'm looking at Bamiro, Michael Bamiro. Man, is he big. 6'8", 345.
Out of Toby Hanna, up there in the Poconos, just driving through there last weekend on the way to and from MetLife. 2nd and goal. Coker, the lone setback. They fake it to him. Throws to the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. That ball a little bit too high. Elias Martinez, the intended target. Rashard Anderson draped all over him.
I thought he might try to run. He really had to. He had the corner. He probably had a better shot at running than he did passing. And pretty good coverage there. And
of course, they've got other guys who can run it. Now this time it's Syracuse calling timeout on 3rd and goal from the 4. It looks like it's the 3-yard line. I think, Dale, we know right away the Seawolves, if they win this game, I don't think it's going to be a fluke. This is a real team.
They've been doing what they wanted to, and you know, in terms of passing, we knew that they probably wouldn't throw a lot, but they've surprised us and come out early, throwing the football when they wanted to.
And now downstairs to another guy who didn't pass a lot, Danny Lika.
Hey, thanks a lot, Mark. Here with Dion Waiters. Dion, what was going through your mind when they picked you so early in that draft? What was that like?
I mean, it was great. You know, a dream finally came true. All the hard work I put in and sacrifices I made, and you know, it was a great feeling.
You had a chance to work out at that level. What's the difference in speed like?
It's no breaks. You gotta practice really hard. Sometimes, you know, you tend to take off some plays. You can't do that there. So it's more the intensity level, just going hard, and different time they really push you. So.
Good luck to you. Thanks so much for your time.
All right, Dion Waiters in the house, and the crowd making some noise. 3rd and goal. Orange coming wide open and through the fingertips of Martinez. Just a little too tall from Essington. And there was nobody there for the Orange. It falls incomplete, and the field goal unit set to attempt its first field goal of the year.
They did a great job here. They've run that play before where he rolled to the right. The tight end blocked for 2 counts, and then took off into the end zone, just not able to hold on to it. Well coached, just fingertips away from being another touchdown.
That was actually Brett Arce who couldn't quite bring it down, and now Wesley Skiffington, one of the best kickers at the FCS level, boots it through the uprights. And the Seawolves are back in front.
Seems like a long time since Syracuse had the ball, doesn't it?
All right, so 21-yard field goal for Skiffington. And Stony Brook now up 10-7, but the Orange have to feel like at least they made the stop with their backs to the end zone and did not allow Stony Brook in again.
Syracuse had 2 offensive series, one for a touchdown, one that got stalled, but they took some time off that clock. And you know, it started with 2 penalties actually, right? The unsportsmanlike or the personal foul on a kickoff gave them 15 yards, and then they had the offside after they had a great blitz, and they gave them pretty much a second life. And give them credit, they responded with 3 points.
Wayne Morgan and Stephen Renee clapping hands back at the 15-yard line for Syracuse. This is Graham Ball doing the kickoff duties for Stony Brook.
Just checking the time. They had the ball for about 6 minutes on that drive.
Yeah, Syracuse with this new quick offense, a 6-minute drive is an eternity.
No!
Why would you do that? Stephen Renee, instead of letting the ball go out of bounds and get it at the 40-yard line, he catches it at the 8. And that's where Syracuse has the ball. And Coach Marone wondering, do you know the rule?
Sure looked like it was going out of bounds. And if it didn't, it would have gone into the end zone. So they put themselves in a hole.
That's why these coaches earn every dime they make. You just never know with kids. All right. Jerome Smith, big hole up the middle. Close to a first down carry. Smith takes it out to about the 19. And they're moving the chains, so that's a good way to get some of that back.
The chain guy's got to be working quickly.
Smith again, another sizable hole over the left side. That's behind Shabane and Hickey. And Sean Hickey doing a terrific job. Coach Marone has praised him every week, filling in for Justin Pugh, the all Big East tackle, who they expect to be back hopefully after the bye week, October 5th. Now they fake it to Smith, and Nassib's got some room on the right side. He overthrows Marcus Sales. Coverage out there by Dan Mulrooney. We'll bring up a second and third, in 4.
And Quashaw was putting a lot of pressure on, even on the roll. Nassib hasn't had a lot of time to just sit and look for a guy, and when he saw they had it covered, he threw it away. 3rd down, just like that.
Quick out, and it is through the fingertips of Alec Lemon. Again, Mulrooney on the coverage. And the Orange will have to kick it away again. So 1 first down this time. And Fisher back on to punt.
You know, this is what you don't want to do. The last time they controlled the ball with the running game and mixing in the pass, and Mulrooney's broken up 2 passes, and that's a small linebacker, but he plays pretty good safety at 6'1", 205. He's got safety size and linebacker stats. He's done a nice job. Broke up 2 passes there.
is a very high, not a very long kick. Takes an orange bounce, and now going sideways. It is picked up there by Andrew Phillips at the 42-yard line of Stony Brook. So very good field position for the Seawolves after a kick of 33 yards and no return. On the bright side, Orange have not given up a punt return yet.
Well, you know, Coach Brook talked about the fact that, you know, punting long is one thing, but he wanted to get a little bit more height. He got a lot of height there, but only 33 yards. I think maybe 43 yards with a lot of height would probably be a better...
Split the difference,
yeah,
right?
Right.
So you talk about Stony Brook from the FCS and Syracuse, of course, from the Bowl subdivision. But you look at the enrollment. Stony Brook's not this puny little college on Long Island. They've got almost 25,000 kids, almost twice what Syracuse has. And they moved this up to the 47 for some reason.
You say there's a penalty?
Well, the field position even better now for Stony Brook. Their fourth possession of the first quarter. Masonette, left side, not much. Diabate in on the tackle. Also, Jeremy Wilkes up from the secondary. Got about two.
Pulled Howler out, 65. The center snapped the ball and pulled.
Now looks like Coxon in the backfield. Wide receiver in front of Coker. It's double once, not one. Now Coker caught at the behind the line rather, and spun down by Dyshawn Davis. There's actually Chris Fenelon, the backup fullback, in front of him.
Diabate also the linebacker there on the bottom, and you gotta gang tackle that guy. You can't let one guy take him. He slips tackles very well. Syracuse did a good job there, forcing a third down. Now they can throw the football, so these corners and safeties better be alert.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 9.
Got to put pressure on Essington.
They come at him, gets the pass away, and Coxon dropped it. Would have been very close to a first down. But now Stony Brook will have to punt for the second time today. They came in with 3 punts on the season. I misspoke earlier and said that was their first. This will be their 5th punt of the year. And it is Skiffington doing the punting duties as well.
See the top of the screen, all the gunners up there, the guys who going down, and 3 guys and the other 2 guys on the outside down here trying to get down there. They got the fast guys. Nice punt.
Very nice kick. Renee's going to let that one bounce into the end zone. Good idea there by Stephen Rene.
I watched this kid in practice. 52 yards on that one. Not only was he getting good distance, you saw how high that was, Mark. It's a heck of a punter.
Well, Ryan Nassib again off to a spectacular start. Big East records in that opener against Northwestern. Tied the record for completions, set a new record in attempts. 482 passing yards, 512 yards of total offense. And he kept it going against USC, the #2 team in the country last weekend. Now Smith breaks around the corner and hurdles a tackler across the marker for a first down.
Sales was trying to get a block. I think he had to jump over his own man. Number 5, Sales, the wide receiver, racing to the outside to get the outside man for Stony Brook. Watch Sales right there.
Almost gave him a piggyback.
That's right.
He sailed right over him, didn't he?
Yeah.
First down, Orange. Now the delayed give to Smith. Got about 4 more up to the 37.
They need some rhythm. This is exactly what they need, some offensive rhythm.
Now Ashton Broiled in for the first time. Number 1 to the left of Nassib in the backfield here. Flares out, then they throw it to him. Broiled cuts it upfield, close to a first down. Well, Ashton Broiled has been either a ball carrier or a pass receiver. In the opener against Northwestern, he had 4 catches. Last week against USC, rather, he had 7 carries. So his first touch today is through the air. Now blocking for Tyson Gully. Gets it up to midfield. Good gain on first down of about 6.
He did a nice job. He took Brantley out watching Broiled on that. One of the things they tell you, one of the biggest changes from high school is you got to block when you're a running back. And nice job by Broiled blocking.
And now they hand to Broil. And he got a couple more. Hit right at the line of scrimmage by Victor Ochi. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
Got the passing group in. Lemon checks in. Beckett Wales, the tight end. Blitz.
Give it to Smith. Smith dancing his way up to the marker.
Where the spot is.
It depends on the spot. The line judge on this side of the field.
We're going to have to measure that.
Is a little bit ahead of the line judge on the other side. And they are placing it just shy of the 46. Very close to the marker as the first quarter has come to an end here at the Carrier Dome. We'll get a measurement and see what's next. Second quarter at the Carrier Dome when we come back. University, Dr. Darrell Gross. It's always good to see you.
Thank you, man.
Good time in the city last week. I know the game, we would have liked a different outcome, but Coach Marone and his players were pretty happy about the way they played.
Yeah, I think they represented very well. I think we got everything we wanted to out of that game from a business standpoint. You know, to play on the big stage, to play a great team, you know, one of the perennial powerhouses, and to play well. And then for Doug to have the responses that he had from the things he's trying to do, whether it be recruiting or whatever, it came out fabulous for us.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun to go down there, and I know we'll be looking forward to going down again next year to play Penn State. The year after that, Notre Dame, which could be a league game. And the Orange defense stepping up there. What about Notre Dame following Syracuse to the ACC? I guess the football team won't, but everybody else will.
Well, in essence, the football team is with the 5 games, and they're still, you know, connected as far as the bowl series goes. Besides the bowl championship series game, which is going to turn into the 14 playoff. So there's a lot of value that's associated with having Notre Dame in the league. Obviously, it makes our TV package even bigger. Notre Dame has a great cachet with them, so the exposures get bigger and brighter and grander and all those type of things. So, you know, it was one of the great properties that were left out there that hadn't merged to another conference. So it was good to have Notre Dame join the ACC.
On second down, it's intercepted. The Orange take over. Jeremy Wilkes was on one knee when he caught it, just came right to him. And so Syracuse gets the turnover, back in business.
It's a right-hander rolling out, looking, comes across his body, and you can see who he was intending it for, but it was a bit short, just like that. Syracuse gets a turnover. They really should take advantage of this now as they come up with a big interception.
And for Jeremy Wilkes, that is his 3rd career interception. Had 1 in 2010, 1 last year, and 1 so far this season. And the Orange take over on the 41-yard line of Stony Brook. Nassib to the air. Marcus Sales first catch. He got about 7. Now, what about this game, Dr. Gross? I know Stony Brook was a late ad. Turns out this is a pretty good team. They're giving them a good test.
Yeah, and the FCS, they're a very, very good football team. Obviously, they make a living from running the ball. It's taken us a little while to adjust. I don't think there's so much letdown with our team right now as much as it is just figuring out what they're trying to do. Stony Brook is very, very well coached. And, you know, you play 4 quarters of football, so you think at the course of the game, hopefully we can take over like we have now a little bit. We've changed the momentum of the game. Can't miss field goals and all those things. Our kids are obviously hungry to get a win, so we just have to adjust and play our Syracuse football.
Great block there by Shabane. 75 really opened that play up.
First down at the 24. Tyson Gully again straight ahead. And this time only gets a couple. Now, we're talking about the open. It's been a long time since this team won, and they must feel like the first 2 games they played well enough to get a win so far, offensively anyway. So I think especially going on the road next week, and then you've got the bye week, getting a win here, it doesn't matter who they're playing. It's going to be a pretty big deal.
I agree with you.
There's Nassib looking to the end zone. Comes up short to Tyson Gully. Took a hit close to a face mask. I think Coach Marone is wondering where that slap was. But no signal from the officials, so a third down coming up.
This up-tempo game is giving them a little trouble here. They're trying to get different people, and it tires you out. And they've Stony Brook trying to get people in and out. They just got set on that one because they're trying to get different personnel in the game.
And that's our identity now. We're going to hurry up.
From the 21, third down.
Sales is
open. Under pressure. Got rid of it as he was being taken down. That was Leston Simpson, the Minnesota transfer, who got in on Ryan Nassib, forced the incompletion, and Krautman will come on again to attempt another field goal.
Looking for grounding. He just manages to get out and get that ball. There it is. That was a good call because no call. He had Tyson Gully there.
All right, Krautman hit the upright from 45 yards just about a minute plus ago. This one will be a little closer. We'll spot it at the 28, so it's a 38-yard attempt from the near hash. A much more comfortable angle, I would think, for Krautman. Love the ribbon lighting too, Dr. Gross. Have noticed that in the first two games here. What kind of reaction do you get?
Well, we're very fortunate. We had a great corporate sponsor in Pepsi, and they did a nice job for us. We got a great extension deal with them, but on top of that, we asked them to build the ribbon board, the signs, and all those stuff, and the folks from Daktronics came in as well and did a really nice job. So it gives a little bit of atmosphere to the dome. As it's getting older, we're trying to make it get younger.
Yeah, it looks great. It hasn't looked better, at least since I've been here. All right, 38-yard attempt. Kick is up, and he just missed it to the right. All right, so the Orange again still trailing. Can't cash in on the turnover. So what's next, Dr. Gross? We got the program in a position where it looks like it's on the way back. The dome obviously is looking great. What's on the horizon?
Well, first it starts with Stony Brook.
Yeah, okay.
And we've got to play good football. Ryan's got to hit Tyson Gully out in the flat when he's wide open there. We've got to make field goals.
Here comes the coach.
You know,
there you go.
You got to get this game to be a 21-7 game and make them throw the ball, right?
Good answer. I was going to say that's a good answer. That's what's next. What we're watching, right?
That's what's next. And but you know, you saw some of the momentum, you know, with the USC and the Northwestern. Now we have to learn how to win. Now we have to go and try to win the Big East. And we're going to just keep building. We're building that new football complex. So that's going on right now. We've got a lot of positive things happening in the program, and obviously what Jim Boeheim's doing with the basketball program and all our other sports are doing very well.
And the excitement of joining the ACC next year. I know obviously you're in the Big East this year, but lacrosse-wise, basketball-wise, you know, there's a lot of things to look forward to there.
No question about it. We got a great group of head coaches across the board. You look at a guy like Ian McIntyre and the men's soccer team, and they're putting 5 and 6 goals up now, and they're getting others receiving votes. And you see all of our programs are starting to grow. We're ready to go into the ACC, and we're ready to make it on the national stage and compete for championships.
Seawolves from their old 32, 1st and 10. Masonette, right side. Slips one, but not the other. Shamarko Thomas, hard-hitting safety, holds him to no gain.
That'll be quite a lacrosse conference with Notre Dame joining as they one of the top 10 teams with the ACC. That'll make that probably the premier conference in the country.
No, I think it will be the premier conference. I think you're absolutely right there, and it will have 6 teams now. So the automatic bid will be in the making as well, and. You know, all 6 of those teams have been making it to the tournament.
I'm just going to say, you know, that's one of those conferences where there's going to be a couple teams going to make that no matter who wins.
That's exactly right. So the competition is going to be fierce there. As long as a lot of the other sports are as well. There's some wonderful schools there.
All right, 2nd and 10. Essington, right side.
That doesn't look to be.
Keon Lynn was all over Norrell. And they're going to call that one incomplete. Caught out of bounds.
Yeah, sent out one man. Keon Lynn, man for man, the corner on him. No other receiver to worry about. And just gets the ball, but no, he never even got anything inside.
And Norrell came up limping just a bit. He is their deep threat guy who stretches the field for them. We'll have to see if he is hampered the rest of the way. He is not out of the field right now on 3rd and 10. Masonette, the lone setback behind Essington. Crowd making some noise. Masonette, right side. Still going, and a first down across the 42 to the 43-yard line. They go to the ground on 3rd and 10. A little bit of a changeup.
That hurt. I was going to say they got
defense there.
Yeah, I was going to say they got to get some pressure on it, but he gives the ball off, and they just looking for a pass and came up with a run.
They do a nice job running the ball. I mean, that's what their identity is. Their coach is a very good coach. He's been at different levels, and obviously he's got a good game plan today, especially with the time of possession.
Yeah, he said he's got 4 offensive line starters back, and the 5th guy is the transfer from Pittsburgh. Pretty good position to be in. 16 fifth-year seniors on the Stony Brook roster. 16 of them.
That's how you build a program.
And Chuck Priori called it the best team he's had there on the island. The island native putting together quite a program. Says they've really turned the corner the last couple of years. Now, what they haven't done yet is that signature win over an FBS team, and obviously you're hoping that doesn't start here this afternoon, as well as the other 30 plus, maybe 40,000 people inside this building. 2nd and 8 from their own 45.
The tailback is about 7 yards deep.
Play clock down to 2.
Oh, there was
guys started early.
Yeah, that's a 5-yard penalty.
All start. Offense, number 69, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Well, we got a couple of Friday night games coming up here at the Carrier Dome. Always kind of something different under the lights on a Friday night. In fact, that's the next one, the Big East opener with Pittsburgh here.
Well, you know, last year we had a lot of success in our Friday night game when we played West Virginia. And that was a terrific game.
I guess you could say that was successful, right?
Yeah, and the energy was great. And, you know, the conference asked us to do it, and we did it. We're going to do some in the ACC as well. And you get that exposure where you're the only game on that night. So we need it for recruiting and all those type of things, and hopefully it works out well.
Yeah, a couple in a row there. Actually, Pittsburgh on the 5th of October, and Paul Pasqualoni making his return on the 19th with Connecticut. First, you got to take care of Stony Brook and then head out to Minnesota, a Big Ten country next week. Any future teams you can kind of tease us with as far as, you know, scheduling-wise? I know you played USC now a couple years in a row. I was thinking maybe Oregon, since I used to work there. It'd be fun to see the Ducks come in here, but anything you can tempt us with there?
Well, Herm Frazier, my deputy AD, is doing a great job working on games to bring some great ones into the dome.
And that ball incomplete. Coxon had it momentarily, then lost it. Would have been a first down had he hung on. Instead, the punt team back on the field as the Orange get the stop defensively.
They moved Zian Jones, number 99, 6'4", 335. They moved him to the inside, kind of shore things up against the running game for Syracuse. Seemed to help, and that ball got stripped just at the last second, so Syracuse is going to get the punt.
Either way, it's 3rd down for Syracuse, and they have not been very good on 3rd down yet this afternoon. For the season, 57% coming into this one. Hassett steps up, has a man wide open, first down. It's West, slips a couple tackles and still going inside the 30. Finally brought down by 4 Seawolves. A first down conversion on 3rd and 7.
I think moving Phillips in has helped him out. That side was a little bit vulnerable, I think, earlier, and he did a nice job pass blocking there. And when he's got the time, it can step up. You know what Nassib can do.
Ashton Broyle the cutback. And had a little room there. Gets up to about the 22. About 7 or 8 on first down.
They got to convert on this, though. We don't need another field goal attempt by Krautman. First of all, his confidence has got to be a bit low. 0 for 2, and you can't get in the red zone and just keep trying for 3.
Broyle breaks it outside. Broyle into the end zone.
There's the guy from Rush Henrietta.
Boy, have we been waiting for that. His first 11 touches this season had all been under 10 yards. This one goes for 22 and his first touchdown at Syracuse. Ashton Broyle, the 2010 State Player of the Year from Rochester. spent last year at Milford Academy. Gets into the end zone for the first time in his SU career. Now Krautman, a little bit shorter kick for the extra point. It's good. So with 6:01 to go in the first half, the Orange are back in front. 14-10. Couple field goal misses. Now Ashton Broiled makes it a bit easier.
It's Monday night, the night that unites us all. Whether we're watching from our favorite chair, enjoying a little pregame snack, seeing how many points we need to win, or doing whatever we have to do to make kickoff.
And the princess says, never mind, and that's the end.
That's not how the story goes.
That's how it goes tonight.
No matter what our plans are, we all know one thing. It all comes down to Monday night.
If you love the NFL and your world revolves around football, a paradise awaits. The NFL on ESPN. Our expert staff is standing by to indulge even the most obsessive fan. They'll shape your knowledge through access, insight, and analysis, and help you fully immerse yourself in the game you love. The NFL on ESPN, where fans go for football.
We'll see. All right, guys. There's one spot left in my fantasy football league and two of you.
Why don't we flip a coin?
I prefer a more old-fashioned approach. Two of you walked into this room, but only one's walking out. No, I was kidding. No, I was kidding. Tom, you're in the league. Bill, you're insane.
Start your league at ESPN.com/fantasyfootball. You may not be the boss, but when you start a fantasy football league, you can feel like one. Only with ESPN's Commissioner Toolkit can you get the league inviter.
I'd like to invite you.
Enforcer.
Set your lineup, Charles.
And draft report card. Sign up your league today at ESPN.com/fantasyfootball.
Straight flush.
We're playing spades.
King me.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot, Saturdays.
Ashton Broiled has been very patient about his role in this Syracuse offense, somewhat limited in the first two games. But Broiled finally breaking out. This is a guy that ran for 24 touchdowns and passed for 24 as a senior at Rush Henrietta High School. We saw him here at the Carrier Dome back in 2010, Dale, in the state championship game, putting on a dominating performance.
He was a man among boys.
So the fans have been waiting to see that, and now Broiled responds and answers their call. A 22-yard touchdown to put Syracuse back in front, 14-10, or in front rather, for the first time today. Now Coxon from his own end zone.
Big hole.
Hit hard and taken down at the 22-yard line. Looked like Steve Renee on the tackle, and Renee is hurt.
Yeah, he's
still down on the field.
Oh, this is not good. Oh, my.
The shoulder did not look like it should have been going that way, as training staff out on the field to attend to Steve Renee. He missed some time in fall camp, recovering from an injury. And we hope this won't keep him out.
I'll send the doctor out.
That was a big hit as he took down Coxon at the 22-yard line, where the Seawolves will take over. Well, we talked with Dr. Gross just a bit about moving on to the ACC, as the Big East is going through some major changes in the next few seasons. Temple Owls back in the league this year after being kicked out after the 2004 season. West Virginia leaving for the Big 12. Next year it really gets interesting. Syracuse and Pittsburgh are leaving for the ACC. Boise State, Houston, Central Florida, SMU, San Diego State, and Memphis all coming in. And then in 2014, the Middies also will join as a football member. Not sure yet when Notre Dame is going to be leaving the Big East for the ACC. That has not been negotiated yet, but we can assume in the next season or two. Renee getting some help off the field after making the special teams tackle. Let's see if he's able to continue.
Right arm, maybe the right shoulder, maybe dislocation. Maybe just a stinger, but looked a little bit more than that.
It did.
At any rate, the defense has got to do some things. You know what they got to do? They got to keep those big D linemen. They got to keep the people off the linebackers so they can flow. And they're not supposed to make tackles so much as they're supposed to control gaps and make sure that the linebackers can flow to the ball. That has not been happening in this running game. They've been able to get great blocks in that second level, and that's a difficult thing to stop.
So the Seawolves trailing for the first time this afternoon. See how they respond. Masonette cuts it back upfield and got about 4 yards. I mean, they came in with credentials, leading the FCS in total offense, 591 yards a game, leading in scoring at 63 points per, and had not given up a sack coming in. Averaging 411 rushing yards on the ground with 18 touchdowns in the first 2 games. Right now up to 86 yards rushing. I don't think they expect to get 400 on Syracuse, but they'd certainly settle for half that. And they're right on pace. Masonette again.
Now they're flowing a little bit better to the ball. Got a little bit of beef in there. They got Zion Jones. Bromley's pretty big himself. Zion Jones over 300, 343 actually.
And now Marquise Sproul asking for some noise.
They needed some pressure on the quarterback.
To the ground again. Masonette first down. He hurdles the tackle and he's still going. Up the sidelines. Masonette will score. 72 yards on the touchdown for Miguel Masonette. And just like that, the Seawolves are back in front.
You got a great job. They're blocking down Lisi, 65, cut everything off, and then that leap and the athletic ability of Masonette puts them right back in the lead.
I don't care what level of football you're talking about. That's a big-time move and a big-time running back right there. And Doug Marrone made it a point several times this week to say when he arrived at Syracuse, if he had had a scholarship to give, he would have. He had about 9 running backs on the roster at that time. And boy, doesn't he wish even more so now that he would have had one. As Masonette puts Stony Brook back in front with 4:24 to go in the half. That drive only took about a minute and a half.
They are really getting blocks on the linebackers. Watch. Nobody there. There's the block right there. Lisi. Then the jump.
Nobody right over Keon Lynn.
Nobody wrapped him up. You got to get arms and shoulder on him.
Pretty impressive stuff. Masonette has got to be over 100 yards now with that run. 72 on that carry. The Orange had only given up 3 100-yard rushers since the start of last season. So Stephen Rene injured on the kickoff return, making the tackle. Prince Tyson Gully takes his place as a kick returner along with Wayne Morgan, the true freshman. Big murmur inside the Carrier Dome. SU fans not sure what to think here. Is that one heading for the boundary, and this time Gully will wisely let it fall out of bounds, and the Orange will take over. Got a pretty good spot.
35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Oh, flag down.
I think it's the flag for kicking out of bounds.
Okay, right. Check that, yes.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking tee. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
All right, downstairs, Danny Lidka with an update on Stephen Rene.
Hey, thanks, Mark. It's a right upper body injury. They did take him into the locker room for further examination. His return to this game right now uncertain.
Well, he certainly was walking like he felt better. Nassib going for it all on first down. There's nobody there except for Seawolves. Alec Lemon, the nearest Syracuse player to it. Nassib has a major league arm. Coach Morona last week asked him about him being a potential draftee. He said there's no doubt about it. He's going to get drafted, but I think the deep ball is, the accuracy of his deep balls is maybe the one thing that people here have a little bit of doubt about. Boyle tries to get the corner. He's tripped up. That's Mulrooney again, the Boston College transfer. No gain on the play, 3rd and 10.
Linebacker, we said 6'1", 205. Safety size, but he plays much bigger than that. Great job of bringing that play down before it got much further than 3rd and 9.
I think Broad, one of those guys that has the north-south speed, but not necessarily east-west. Nassib slapped, and down he goes. He did get a yard or two as he scrambled ahead, but there's Bryce Brantley coming in and taking down Ryan. So the Orange will give it away here with 3:20 and counting in the first half.
Bryce Brantley, defensive lineman, he just beats his man. He really delivered a blow.
Right tackle spot's been a
sore spot
for the Orange. Even more reason I think Doug Marrone would like Justin Pugh to get back. I think he's going to move Hickey over to the right tackle spot when Pugh returns. Nice job over the shoulder catch.
This defense has to stand tall here the last 2:57, because I guarantee you the Seawolves are going to go right after them and say, let's put these guys away. Let's see if we can make it 24-14. And of course, you're looking for Masonette, Miguel Masonette, number 5. He's had some game, and Coker's in now. Not a bad replacement.
Well, you know, we talked about earlier about Syracuse being a second half team in the first 2 games. I don't know that they're playing all that poorly. I think Stony Brook is just, proving to be a team that, could push them the entire way. And now the Orange signaling as if the ball is loose and they've got it.
There was no whistle there for a long time.
The official signaling 2nd down. But you know what I mean, Dale? It's not like Syracuse can go in the locker room and think, all right, we didn't play well at all. We're going to come out and really take it to them in the second half.
Oh no, this is a good.
Seems like a pretty even matchup.
Well, they've made them work for it. I think defensively they've had some problems that they've and as you talked about on offense, right tackle seems to have been a problem. There's a hole. Look at that
big hole and a flag down. Coker has a first down outside the 40 of Stony Brook, but this one will come back.
Yeah, that's a hold. But
holding.
They've been running
offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
The big kid, Mike Bamiro. Pretty hard to hide when you're
6'8",
big as he is.
6'8", 343. And if you saw that hole opened up, so that's what the kind of holes they've been getting, and they've been getting them up off that left side, being able to seal the end and run up inside and get a block on the linebacker. And when you do that, you are into the secondary just that quickly. Look at the block right here. Look at the blocking. Now I know there's a hold, and that was
sharp.
It actually was the hold wasn't even necessary.
Moves it back to the 14-yard line of Stony Brook. 2nd and 19. Masonette dancing up across the 15. He only got about 3. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. And Syracuse taking timeout to preserve that clock. 1:46 to go. That is the 2nd timeout of the half for Syracuse. How about that? Came in averaging 10 yards a carry. He's actually a little bit above that, thanks to that 72-yard jaunt. Number 1 all-time in rushing touchdowns at Stony Brook after playing 2 seasons and 3 games. And he's number 2 on their all-time rushing list. course, the guy behind him was a star in the Big Ten Conference last year, Marcus Coker. They've actually got 6 running backs, Dale, averaging 60 yards per game. So if those two guys aren't getting it done, they've got some options.
They got a lot of quality players. One was the freshman of the week in the conference, and he just got knocked down to.
He hasn't played yet.
On the 2 deep.
All right, 3rd and 16 from their own 17. Danger time for Stony Brook. Good protection. Up the sideline and overthrown. Looking for Norrell out there. Keon Lynn was with him step for step.
Yeah, he's looked at, he goes to Norrell or Coxon, Adrian, the number 1. Those are his 2 favorite receivers. Norrell, the big play breaker. Coxon's had a couple of grabs and dropped one. But they're going to have to punt. Syracuse really needs to get something on the board. They got 141. They need a pretty good return here. Who's back?
Richie Desir is back.
Okay.
At his own 39. Prince Tyson Gully. Oh. Eskridge almost got to it. And now the up man will take it at the 45-yard line of Stony Brook. Prince Tyson Gully, the fair catch, in great field position with 1:36 and 1 timeout. More than enough time, especially for this quick offense. Impact players update. Miguel Masonette winning that battle so far. 137 rushing yards. Ryan Nassib has passed for 1, but 6 of 15. Not the completion percentage he's looking for. Hands on first down to Tyson Gully. And the ball comes loose. Right on the sideline. It's recovered by Stony Brook. Prince Tyson Gully was popped by Devontae Anderson.
Yeah, I put the helmet right on the ball.
And the ball stays in bounds.
Couldn't get a block on him.
Jawara Dudley with the recovery. Preseason All Big South pick. In the right place at the right time, and it just laid right out there for him. And if you're going to fumble, you certainly don't want to do it right in front of your coach. So the Orange were set up in great field position and give it up on the very first play of the drive. And now Stony Brook will have it. The Seawolves have a timeout remaining. 44. I think they want to see if Dudley was in bounds when he recovered it. Watch his feet. Kind of slide. I think he was. I don't think he touched.
Yeah, watch him. Curls up around the ball.
Can't really see his feet there.
No, can't see it there.
The line judge is right on top of it.
Yep.
This may give you a look. Yep. Too much traffic. I think that first look was the best, and I don't think it's enough to overturn it, but every time I guess on these things, I'm wrong.
You know, it's a good example right there. The wideouts having trouble getting blocks on the corners or the safety to get them that second level so they can turn the corner. And that was a good example of it right there. They could not block him out. Watch right there. See him? He's right in the play.
I think his right foot is what they're looking at there. But
yeah.
Looked like it skipped up. Let's hear what they've decided.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
One of the benefits of the no huddle.
Yeah.
No big deal. Still 12 seconds left on the play clock as Nassib gets him set. 2nd and 4. Gully. Close to the first down.
That's
Pulled
no
out
good.
of bounds at the 35.
Locked him in the back.
But a flag down, and Dale says this one's coming back.
One step up, 2 steps back.
Holding. Offense. Number 5. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That was either a hold or a block in the back. They opted for the hold. And we're talking about the outside receivers having trouble. Now I thought, well, there's a good block they got on the outside. Unfortunately, it was a hold. They have the corners have not been able to be breached. They have not been able to get those blocks on the outside.
Just 5 penalties, but it seems like every one, Dale, has negated a very positive play.
It's been a psychological blast.
They had a sack taken back. Here's massive quick slant. Alec Lemon's first catch. Gets it inside the 45-yard line. And Lemon approaching the all-time career record for receptions at Syracuse. That is his 135th career catch. As you take a look at Alec by the numbers, now 18 straight games with a catch, 8th all-time in Syracuse history. Our Eye on the Orange presented by Druger Eye Care and Syracuse Eye Surgeons. See a difference, make a difference. 3rd and 7, Nassib takes off. And it looks like he's got the first down.
That's a bad spot.
Up to the 35-yard line.
He put the ball out in front of him.
He put it on the yard line, rather, as you take a look here.
Maybe his knee was down. Let's see.
Spotting it just short.
Ooh, I don't know.
I still think he has it.
I do too. Well, I thought he had it over the line. I thought there would have been no question. But they spotted it back. They know better than I. They're going to measure. Barely. They got it. They got it by a part of a stripe.
Well, just in case they needed some help. They got Shabane and Mackie McPherson out there signaling.
Mackie McPherson's done a nice job. I'll tell you what, the snaps have been perfect. You know, years past.
Oh my goodness.
You couldn't say that out of the shotgun.
No doubt about that. Syracuse averaging 30 first downs per game coming in, leading the Big East, up 11 per game from last year. That is number 12. Here's Tyson Gully looking and not finding anything. And he is swarmed under right at the line of scrimmage.
Tell you what happens, the offensive line comes off and they make a hit, but they get stood up and they're in the hole. The hole never materialized in PTG. Going to take a little second to get up, looking at his ankle. But they really don't want to lose him. He's so fast hitting the hole, but as I said, the offensive linemen seem to be getting stood up there, and they're just, the hole doesn't open. Credit the Seawolves.
Coach Marone out for a look at Prince Tyson Gully. Well, the Orange have pretty good depth at tailback. Ashton Broiled, who I guess must be about 3rd string right now. He's run for one of their 2 touchdowns. Jerome Smith, leading rusher in this game anyway. And then they've got guys that they really like during the preseason camp. They actually moved a freshman safety over to running back, Devontae McFarland. He showed some flashes. We've got Adonis Amin Moore, who we haven't even seen yet this season. A sophomore from Denver. It looks like Prince Tyson's going to be okay, though, so he's likely to be back in there. Right now, Smith in the backfield with Ryan Nassib on 2nd and 10. First possession, second half for the Orange. They scored 4 touchdowns in the second half against both Northwestern and USC. Quick pass. First catch of the game for Beckett Wales, and he's got a first down as he's shoved out of bounds. And that draws late hit flags, so they'll move this one even closer to the end zone. It's at the 24. They'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Nice delay by Beckett Wales. Fake the block. There he is out of bounds. Clearly a late hit, and that's why. See what those, you got a lot of concrete down there.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds defense. After distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Of course, the Orange, the victims of maybe a phantom late hit penalty against Northwestern here a couple weeks ago. Kept the Wildcats' final drive alive. This time it goes in their favor. And it's 1st and 10 from the 12. Quick slant. Nassib. Touchdown, Syracuse. Jared West gets into the end zone. And the Orange have the lead again. That is West's first touchdown of the season.
Hardest play to stop in football. Wide side to the right. Watch him just come right down in front. It's very difficult to play that. You got to give him the inside and hope that you can cover and get inside and knock the ball down. That did not happen. Nice play by Syracuse on the quick slant.
Second catch of the game for West and his second career touchdown as Troutman adds the extra point. And Syracuse comes out of the locker room and marches down the field. An 85-yard touchdown drive capped by Jared West. The Orange have the lead again. Marquise Sproul and Pierce Brewster.
Have you noticed, Dale, since I came over here, everything's in good shape.
You have to stay, I guess. You'll have to stay.
And you didn't even pay me a penny. Either one of you.
Coach, what have you seen out of the Syracuse team this season? They played so well against USC. They put up a lot of points against Northwestern. What's your take on the Orange of 2012?
Those games are behind us. This is the game they got to have. Don't be embarrassed. They weren't embarrassed playing Northwestern. They weren't embarrassed playing USC. This is a win and respectability.
End over end kick. Taken by Desir at his own at the 47 of Stony Brook.
That's it.
He is upended at the 42-yard line, so great field position for the Orange.
Now, number 59 is going in now.
He's a good player.
He's got a hell of a name.
He's got good bloodlines. Good bloodlines.
Great son, Mackie McPherson
it's great
out
to be
there.
Here with you guys. This is a nice place.
We're enjoying it as well. I want to talk about 1987 with you a little bit as the Orange gets set to go here. Let's do first
now
down
the
and then
time that they put the game away. You stopped them, you scored, you stopped them. Now get out and score again, and the fairy tale will be over, hopefully.
Smith up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, had one more to go. A flag coming in very late from the secondary.
Oh, boy. What the hell is that?
The gain is up to
against
the 37.
Syracuse. Illegal use of hands or
I hope
illegal block in the back. Offense, number 15, 10-yard penalty. They play first down.
I was just saying, I hope it wasn't number 59.
No. Wide receivers having trouble getting blocks, and they bring their hands up on the back. The wide receivers struggling, I think, a little bit.
This is all my stuff here, all
That's
kinds
your
of
stuff.
notes.
I can't read any of that. There's Mackie
Secret.
McPherson, your grandson, who played at Christian Brothers Academy. You've got another grandson, Cameron, down at Georgetown, correct?
Yeah, but he's not going to play basketball, I guarantee you that.
That's good. That's good. Then we can still talk to you. All right, so first and 15 now. The Orange back at their own, or at the 47, rather, of Stony Brook. And Nassib didn't like what he saw. Now goes to Wales. 2-yard gain pushed down at the 45. It'll actually be second down after the penalty. Second and 13. Coach, 1987 season. Yep, 25th anniversary of the 87 season. Do you remember it still like it was yesterday? What are your thoughts on how that season transpired? 1987, 11-0-1. Of course, the tie at the end of the year, but you finished undefeated. What kind of year was that for you?
Well, they just don't come very often.
Yeah.
And the way we did it was miracle too, because don't forget that we had to go a long way to get back into the picture. And Donnie in West Virginia is the one that did it, one of my best friends. But it was just one of those happiness years, and then when we went for 2, it was a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
My wife said was praying that we'd go for the tie, but in those days, if you remember, the game was over. With no overtime.
That's right. Well, we found that out in the next game that you played. First down catch for Lemon, now to the end zone. Lemon out there, West rather, and he's overthrown. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Now, you talk about going for the tie. When I was watching that broadcast, Dale Drypolter, after you scored, to pull within 1, he said, kick it, kick it. I guess you didn't hear him. You went for 2. I guess that was a pretty good move.
No, that was my wife.
Oh, that was your wife.
Well, I agreed with her, just briefly.
Sandra coaches it every now and again. I can hear her wherever it is.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Give it to Smith. Big hole right side. And a little juke up to the 13. He's about a yard short of the first down.
That right there is what you call a big play. They were in trouble with the 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and 1, which is makeable. And they're in great field position. They look like the club that we thought we were going to see in the first half. This will be a great lesson for them. They could just win it and dominate in the second half.
I guess they enjoy that second half. Better than the first so far as Tyson Gully takes it for the first down up to the 10-yard line. The Orange inside the 15 puts them in the Geico zone. 15 minutes could save you 15% on auto insurance, Coach. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. All right, first and goal to go.
I wrote a check for Geico. I hope they're happy.
I hope you save some money. All right, first and goal. The Orange try and put some separation between themselves and the Seawolves. Nassib looking, short dump off, and wow, Tyson Gully spun out of one tackle, but right into another. It'll be second and goal.
Nice job. Up came up quickly. The Kwasa didn't get fooled. Covered him, didn't bring him down though. Like, kudos to PTG.
Tyson Gully out. Jerome Smith in on second and goal. Smith inside the 5. Taken down at the 4-yard line by Cedric Moore. Grant Nakwasa also on the tackle.
You've done many games in the Dome, but a place in Central New York is just the best place for you, isn't it?
It's a great place. You know, I'm telling you, you get the crowd in here, you can't beat it.
And I think it's never looked better. That ribbon lighting, that's pretty cool.
You got to get this, Coach.
Third and goal.
Oh, no.
And Nassib threw it behind Jared West.
Watch.
Well, the Orange have missed 2 field goals. This would be a short one.
I was going to call for the slant. I like that slant.
If they do, they touchdown will only tie them. So it's
Doug
a big
Marone's
play.
going for it.
I ought to keep my mouth shut because Doug's going for it.
Yeah, the crowd likes it. So the Orange going for it on 4th and goal.
Big
from the 3-yard line.
No.
Late pattern, and West can't hang on. And the Orange turn it over on downs at the Stony Brook 3.
All right, defense.
Well, you're new to Central New York. Not new, but one of the newcomers.
Yep.
It must be a tremendous impression for your family, because one of the things, even with Time Warner, I think this is a great place to live in Central New York for families. Don't you think,
I
really?
absolutely love it here. Yeah. Thank you for asking, Coach. And,
and
part of it
Doug
is
Gogan likes it.
part of it is getting to meet guys like you. The people here are great. Got a lot of passion for Syracuse University.
And they're great Syracuse fans. They're into it right now.
There's only one Carrier Dome, that's for sure. All right, so Stony Brook takes over at its own 3. This is Coker, finds some room on the right side. He's got a first down out across the 15. Both Seawolf possessions of this half have started deep in their own territory. Coker gives them a little breathing room.
A nice block right there. See, to knock the linebacker out. Safety comes up, but Coker's a tough back.
He's a pretty good looking running back, Coach, don't you think? You can see why he had success in the Big Ten last year.
Just try to keep him down in and don't give him any life. Don't give him any life at all. He'll be fine. That was a big play for him.
Now from their own 17, Coker again. Looks like the same play. Different result. Only got a couple, maybe 3.
They're kind of right-handed, Mark. Again, they like that right side of their offensive line.
This is a big play for the defense. They've got to keep him in the hole. Don't give him any life. We gave him some life when we missed that 4th down one. Always gives them encouragement. Don't ever give them any.
So, Coach, after coaching here and everywhere else, after coaching here, does it still pain you? Does it hurt you when Syracuse loses? How much does it bother you at night?
I think Syracuse is back. Now they just got a winning feeling and know that's where they belong. See, that's the idea.
Now Masonette, yards after contact, he dragged Robert Welsh for a few yards out across the 20, close to the 23. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Welsh checked in a defensive end there, yeah. Welsh hasn't.
3rd and 6, isn't it?
About
3rd and 4.
And the SU faithful on their feet, trying to make some noise. Stony Brook just 30% on third down so far this afternoon.
Right side.
Behind Bamiro. Close to a first down, but a flag comes down.
Face mask?
I think holding
on them?
probably
Good.
it.
Good.
And it may be on Bamiro.
6'8".
It's on them.
6'8", 345. He got caught on the
Third
hold.
down.
He's 6'8", 345. That'll send him back, Coach.
Chuck Priori didn't like the call.
You know what I don't think he likes?
One of the things that Time Warner's got to understand is that whoever's running that outfit up there, you got to give them credit because Central New York is football this time of the year, basketball, and what you do and show it all over the place. You know, as a fan, we're very grateful to you. And for that amount of talking, I don't get a penny.
Mark, by the way.
Nor do I need one right now.
Well, we'll try to see what we can do there, Coach.
Mark, he had him right by the face mask. That was a good call.
All right, third and 14. Good protection. Pump. Essendon goes long, and he overshot Kevin Norrell.
Now, the good news is, when is the guy going to leave? The guy's going to leave right now, so you don't have to worry about it, Bill.
I'm not worried, Coach.
Will you stop pushing me? See you later, guys. Thanks a lot.
He's a hog, isn't he?
All we need now is a win.
Thanks, Coach.
Let's dominate him in the second half, and we're going to be a good football team. We need it.
Always
God
entertaining.
love.
Great to see you again.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Mack, a real gem, a real treasure here in Central New York.
Nice punt.
And we'll see if things continue to go well when he leaves. This is Desir at his own 34. Slips a couple tackles and gets up to the 38.5. And the Orange will take over. Another good punt from Skippington. Boy, this guy can place kick and he can punt it too. The Orange a slim lead late third quarter here at the Dome.
Another great recruiting class. Knowles are going to make some serious noise this season.
Well, not to mention, this team was 9-4 last year. So many guys back. I don't think anybody wants to play the Knowles this year.
And those uniforms. Classy. Come on.
Gotta earn it, Corso.
I'm a Seminole.
No free rides.
Don't hate.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on ESPNU. Continues at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
This is SEC football. You don't cheer for your team. You live for your team. Passion is worn like a badge of honor. So everyone knows what side you're on. But also because it looks good. The SEC on ESPN collection. Proud to be SEC. Apparel and hats available at Dick's Sporting Goods or online at dicksportinggoods.com. Every season starts at Dick's.
This is more than one team versus another. It's the present versus the past. Inevitable versus improbable. Young bucks versus seasoned vets. Unhittable versus unstoppable. Clutch versus lights out. Because it's not just the twilight of a season, it's when the lights shine brightest on baseball's biggest stage. Sunday Night Baseball, 8 Eastern on ESPN.
Legend.
In one game, Peyton Manning made Denver a Super Bowl contender.
Rising star.
They are loaded in Atlanta.
Two of the league's best quarterbacks duel in Atlanta. Peyton Manning returns to Monday Night Football to lead the Broncos against Matt Ryan and the Falcons' aerial assault. Join Countdown at 6:30 for all the news from around the league. Then, Monday Night Football. Broncos, Falcons, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. It all comes down to Monday night.
Join us Thursday night for a look back at this game and a look ahead to Minnesota on Syracuse sidelines with head coach Doug Marrone. Everything you want to know straight from the head coach. That's Syracuse sidelines every Thursday at 6:30 right here on Time Warner Cable Sports. Ashton Broyle making his first appearance here in the second half. In the backfield with Ryan Nassib. Last time he touched the ball, he went 22 yards for a touchdown. He gets it on first down from the 40.
Oh, he's still up.
Broyle pumping the legs up to the 45-yard line. Looked like a gain of a yard or two, but he kept the feet moving.
You got some fresh backs, you know. You get guys fresh legs in there. Broiled is the guy who can hit the hole, maybe not as fast as Tyson Gully, but he's got moves, and he's bigger.
He's got some size,
Yeah.
6'4", 229. And a gain of a little more than 5. Now Broiled again. Full head of steam. Spins out of a tackle as a first down before he is swallowed up by Jonathan Coates, among others. I'm telling you, if you came to the spring game, you got your first glimpse of Ashton Broiled. And he was one of the only bright spots offensively. A very dynamic playmaking kind of guy. Obviously played quarterback in high school, so there's that aspect as well. But they've tried him receiving, they've tried him rushing. He can do a lot of things for the Syracuse team. He's got him a first down at the 47. Smith now changes hands. And gets taken down. Nice tackle on the corner by Devontae Anderson. Anderson, one of 15 Californians on this Stony Brook roster. You talk about coming from far away to go to Stony Brook. The coach Priori said, well, we just tell them, hey, we've got the big city here, New York. We've got beaches just like you have out there. And not a lot of FCS football in California, so if you're going to get on a plane and go somewhere, might as well come here. Jared West, another catch and a first down. Third catch of the day for West. He's down to the 31-yard line of Stony Brook. West, a career-high 6 catches, 94 yards against USC last week, and this junior is really coming on, Dale. He's got 13 catches this season. He had 16 in 12 games last year.
You know what? They gave him time to throw, too, to get to West because he was able to read, step up, and hit him.
So the Orange on the march again. They came up short on 4th and goal from the 3 last time. Now quarterback draw, and Nassib slides down to avoid the hit from Reginald Franklin. He got about 3 or 4 on first down.
Well, 3, I think.
Not a prolific day so far for Ryan Nassib, who's averaging 402 yards passing per game. Well under that as he takes off again and gets a first down inside the 20. Doing it with his legs here.
It's the surprise factor. He did it once. He won't do it again. This is a quarterback draw. Just runs the fake. The fake held the linebackers. And a nice job of reading that hole. And the hole opened right up as they all went with the running back, the up back. Nice fake.
We're starting to assert some control here, but still only up by 4 on the scoreboard. First down from the 16. Smith, big hole.
Now he's got to run north and south. You can't, you see what he did there? Going east and west. When you break that hole, put your head down, get the yardage, because you're going sideways.
Dominic Reyes makes the tackle for the Seawolves. Inside the 15, puts the Orange in the Geico zone again. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. A 2nd and 7. Nassib again. Ooh, this time absorbs a blow from Mulrooney. You see that quarterback coming and you want to take a shot. He's inside the 10 though.
Let's see what happens here. Watch the helmet. Close, got him on the shoulder. They got to score here. They got to get a first down first.
Final seconds of the quarter. Will they get the snap off? Nope. And that's how the quarter comes to a close. The Orange marching. Looking to take control of this game on the scoreboard. Lots of kids in the house, 12 and under. Free of charge this afternoon. Will they go home happy? We'll find out. 4th quarter next.
These fellas used Capital One Venture Miles for a golf getaway. Double miles you can actually use. I'll be right back. You can fly any airline, any flight, anytime. What's in your wallet? These tiny pencils make my hands look huge.
Welcome inside our college football studios for this Capital One studio update. Robert Smith, Todd McShay, I'm Wendy Nix. We start with Florida State playing host to the 2-0 Demon Deacons, the number 5 Seminoles. Their first test of the season. Chris Thompson, what a day he had. And here's one reason why: the handoff, 80 yards for the touchdown. More where that came from in just a minute. Florida State wins. It's the shutout, 52-0.
Ohio State wishes it had a shutout, but it wound up in a battle with Cal. Cal came in, a lot of questions about this football team. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, went back and forth, tied 28-28, 3:37 remaining. You see here, Braxton Miller breaks contain, throws on the run. I have no idea yet how Devin Smith got that wide open, but he does for the big touchdown. Ohio State gets by with a 7-point win.
Well, Pitt was on the brink after an 0-2 start, but they're playing against Virginia Tech here. Second quarter, Ray Graham goes in from 5 yards out for the touchdown, and Pitt goes on to the upset of Virginia Tech, 35-17.
How about number 16 TCU? The Horned Frogs on the road at Kansas. Third quarter. It's a 10-6 ball game. 3rd and 6 at the Kansas 25. Casey Paha complete the Brandon Carter 25 yards and the touchdown. No problem for TCU. They win this one 20-6. The Capital One Cup performance of the week. How about this? I told you there's more where that came from. Chris Thompson, 9 carries, 197 yards.
What makes this so great is that Thompson had a back injury a year ago, didn't know if he'd ever play football again. Fast forward a year, and he's breaking off these big runs.
2 touchdowns for good measure. Chris Thompson, the Capital One Cup impact performance of the week.
Cable Sports is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. By Druger Eye Care and Syracuse Eye Surgeons. See a difference, make a difference. And by Drivers Village. Visit driversvillage.com today.
Orange going big as we get set for the fourth quarter here. 7 offensive linemen in the formation. And also a fullback behind Ryan Nassib on 3rd and 2. Stats through 3 quarters. The Orange catching up in time of possession. Smith bowling inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Syracuse. Ivan Foy leading the way for Smith. Big number 72, a crunching block on Dominic Reyes.
There was a crunching block, that's for sure.
Syracuse trailed by 3 at the half. 1st and goal from the 3. Tyson Gully stacked up right at the line, going nowhere.
I think we got to stretch him a little bit.
Dimitri Russ at the bottom of the pile, stuffing things up for the Seawolves.
See all the bodies in there? Just too many bodies. In fact, he runs into Foy. See if you can't get a little bit off the edge.
A lot of big boys in there again on 2nd and goal from the 4. Smith straight ahead.
Nope.
Lunging.
Nothing.
Got about 2 maybe. So 3rd and goal coming up.
They're putting the small guys back in. So you try to pull down there, and there's just too much penetration as they trying to get people across. They're trying to pull Shabane.
Now they try to spread it out a little bit. Quarterback draw again, you think?
Could be.
Nassib's run for 4 career touchdowns. Gives this one to Smith. That's pulling ahead. No signal yet. And it is going to be 4th down.
Oh.
Smith, from our vantage point, looked to be in, but
if they don't,
guys on the goal line say no.
If they don't put their hands up, that's hard. That's a monkey pile. That's hard
Chuck
to see.
Priori out on the field.
Yeah.
Trying to get the officials' attention for a timeout. Well, they're going to take another look here.
You know what? If they got this view, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah. Where's Waldo, huh?
Right.
Running right behind Trudeau.
Right, yeah.
Lou Alexander.
Boy, that did look close from this angle.
Big pile up.
Yeah.
Well, Syracuse went for it on 4th and goal back in the 3rd quarter, passing on the field goal that would have made it a 7-point lead.
They tried to pass, and the old slant, and it was behind him.
I don't see anything there to suggest that they're going to overturn this. So
right.
Another 4th and goal, Dale, from the 1-foot line. You got to go for this one too, don't you?
I
if
guess
you
so.
can't stuff it in
I know.
from the inch line on Stony Brook, maybe you don't deserve to win.
Well, I guess if you look at the numbers, I don't even want to say this. They kick the field goal and keep it like 24-17. No, all right.
I think a field goal is accepting defeat here and giving Stony Brook a lot of life.
I would just feed the line. I agree.
And Coach Marone said it this week. Not about winning the game. They have to earn the right to win the game.
Right.
This is how you earn it.
You're right.
You punch it in from the 1 foot line. You make it a 28-17 lead, a 2-possession game. This is how you earn it. And, well, I don't know if it's a good sign or not, but it looks like Coach Marone agrees with me. So from the foot line, 3 receivers.
Well, they're spreading them
in
out.
The formation, trying to spread it out.
Come on, Ryan. I wonder if he's going to take it himself.
Nope. Smith will get it. Stacked behind the line, and he's stopped. And the Seawolves get another goal line stand. Their second one here in the second half. The crowd in disbelief. He never even sniffed the goal line.
No, there was a collision. Watch. Right there. Look at the penetration. Just great penetration there by number 44, the Seawolves.
That had no chance whatsoever. And I like your idea better. Maybe a sneak. Either way, it's Seawolves ball at their own 3 when we come back. Looking for that knockout blow.
And they better come here. Defense better find number 3. Number 1, also the guy they've been looking for, Coxon. He's right at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one.
And they're looking his way. And the throw is over the wrong shoulder. Coxon was open. Put a double move on Rashard Anderson, and he was open to the inside. The throw came to the outside. So you've got to fault the quarterback there as Stony Brook will again punt it away. Wesley Skiffington has done a terrific job for a guy who's not used to punting a lot.
You sound like you should be from like England.
Doesn't it though? You should be out hunting foxes or playing polo.
And now Wesley Skiffington.
The third from his own end zone.
Another beauty. Look at that.
And taken at the 43 by Richie Desir on the fair catch. And the Orange offense back on the field. They have dominated that level. And now trying to register a program-making victory. Chuck Priori told us this week, Dale, he just wanted to get the game to the 4th quarter and give his team a chance to win.
That's it. He's there.
They're going to have to convert some 3rd downs, though. From their own 27. Play fake. Open receiver, and it's dropped. In and out of the hands of Miles Campbell.
Now, Miles is open. He was a little short. He got hit anyway. Watch this. He climbs the ladder. There's the finishing touch right there. Nice job of driving him down and knocking the ball out of his hands. Number 28 for Syracuse. Doing the job, Jeremy Wilkes.
Campbell out of Pasadena, California, home of the Rose Bowl. And again, one of those 15 Californians on the roster. They also have 4 players from Texas. And Coach Priori told us they recruit Florida, Texas, California.
The 3 best high school producing, wow, D1 athletes. Another terrific
tremendous punt. Driving Desir back. He's bumped by a Stony Brook punt coverer after the fair catch. Crowd doesn't like it. Adam Nowak at least made it look like it was unintentional. He pulls up a little, and oh no, he didn't pull up. May have been a little dive too by Desir, but
you think he's going to Broadway?
You can see why the fans didn't like it, though.
No, I wish he did run into him. No doubt about it.
He did nothing to avoid him. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
All right, so the Orange again with a chance to put this game away from their own 22. Nassif over the middle. Sales has it pushed to midfield and a 1st down. Marcus Sales running wide open.
Apparently they're going to have to break a big play to score because they can't seem to get in the red zone and get in the 5-yard zone and be able to jam it in. So they may need to break a big play like that to Sales. Sales wide open. They gave him good time to throw.
3 straight 100-yard games for Sales, who also has 6 touchdowns in his last 3 games, going back to the 2010 Pinstripe Bowl. That's his 3rd catch of the afternoon. Now Ashton Broyle, his first catch. Broyle cuts it upfield, and he's got a first down inside the 40. And here they go again on the march.
Got to finish this one.
And if and when they do, this place will erupt.
Hickey did a nice job of blocking there, and Ashton Broyle showing you what he can do at tight end, 6'4", 229 size.
I think Ashton is starting to
feel it.
Feel it, yep, no doubt about it. Freshman playing his 3rd career game. Has his first touchdown here. Nassib flushed. Flag comes down as Nassib slides down to avoid the hit. And it looks like this one's going to move back.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense, number 77. 15-yard penalty. They play first down.
That's a big penalty.
Been a great day for Lou Alexander.
No. Watch right there. There it is right there. That is obvious.
And he just kept on it.
Yeah, and
he held him.
Yeah, he's been struggling there. We talked about it earlier that spot is. They put Phillips in at one point. Andy Phillips.
Alexander, a junior college transfer, having a rough afternoon. Penalties are even. Orange back in their own territory, 1st and forever. Nassib sideline, got some of it back, and maybe all of it. Sales inside the 30, very close to the first down. Got about 24, the 25 they needed. Maybe he did get 25. And that is his 4th catch, and I believe that puts him over 100 for the 4th straight game.
Now they're going to move it. Yep, they gave him the first down, Mark.
Oh, he is just shy of 100 yards. 92 career catches now for Sales, and a big hole up the middle for Broyle. And he lost the football at the end, but it looks like Alec Lemon has it. Close to another first down at the 19.
Good block. Hickey, great job of blocking.
Chabane also opening up that hole for Broyle.
He was down.
Yep, down when he was stripped by Christian Ricard.
But you know what? You got to hold on to that ball. Don't let the referee decide whether you were down or not.
Under 6 minutes left. Wide open, touchdown, Syracuse. Marcus Sales, 19 yards. His 7th touchdown in the last 4 games. Over 100 for the 4th straight game, and that perhaps is the end of this.
Boy, they're glad he came back, huh?
3rd touchdown pass of the game for Ryan Nassib, who has 9 this year and 53 for his career, 24 behind Donovan McNabb. Ross Krautman, a tough day in the field goal department, but perfect on point afters. And finally, after owning the ball in the second half, the Orange have their 2nd touchdown and an 11-point lead with under 6 to play.
It's Monday night, the night that unites us all. Whether we're watching from our favorite chair, enjoying a little pregame snack, seeing how many points we need to win, or doing whatever we have to do to make kickoff.
And the princess says, never mind, and that's the end.
That's not how the story goes.
That's how it goes tonight.
No matter what our plans are, we all know one thing. It all comes down to Monday night.
If you love the NFL and your world revolves around football, a paradise awaits. The NFL on ESPN. Our expert staff is standing by to indulge even the most obsessive fan. They'll shape your knowledge through access, insight, and analysis and help you fully immerse yourself in the game you love. The NFL on ESPN, where fans go for football.
We'll see.
All right, guys. There's one spot left in my fantasy football league and 2 of you.
Why don't we flip a coin?
I prefer a more old-fashioned approach. 2 of you walked into this room, but only one's walking out. No, I was kidding. No, I was kidding. Tom, you're in the league. Bill, you're insane.
Start your league at ESPN.com/fantasyfootball. You may not be the boss, but when you start a fantasy football league, you can feel like one. Only with ESPN's Commissioner Toolkit can you get the league inviter.
I'd like to invite you.
Enforcer.
Set your lineup, Charles.
And draft report card. Sign up your league today at ESPN.com/fantasyfootball.
Straight flush. We're playing spades. King me.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays.
Stop of the game sponsored by BCG. If you're ready to get the premier advantage, partner with the BCG team of experts. Stony Brook with its second goal line stand of the second half as Jawara Dudley celebrates, but the Orange have finally punched it in. Marcus Sales with a 19-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Nassib. And Syracuse shutting out Stony Brook here in the second half to finally get a little separation, Dale. 11 points under 6 minutes to go. You're not comfortable yet?
No.
What's the matter with you?
No, you know what? As Coach said, I've been doing games here for many years. And I've been comfortable a couple times, and it hasn't paid off.
Well, Ryan Nassib over 300 yards passing, just 112 in the first half, so he is passed for 200 here in the second half.
Give him a little more time, and when he's got the time, he can pick you apart. But if he's running, that's not a good place for him to be. I mean, running out of the pocket, having to roll. When he can step up and throw the ball, you're in trouble because he's got some good receivers.
Well, this kick taken on the run by Cox in his own 14, and then he's buried.
It's a good kick. You know why? It wasn't that far. It took 2/3 of the field away from him. By the time he got the height, he got down. Good special teams. They eliminated that whole section of the field. So they'll give him the ball at the 24, 25. Good kick. Good
Tackle
special
made by
teams.
Justin George, the sophomore corner out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Special teams play. And so the Orange defense, which has pitched a shutout here in the second half, a chance to seal this one. Seawolves starting out their best starting field position here in the second half from their own 23. Blitz comes. Orange hit Masonette. Jay Bromley got about 4 yards. Dale, what is the Orange defense doing in the second half that they weren't in the first?
You know, I'm not really. I was looking at Goggins because we really haven't called his name. They're double teaming him just about every play. They must feel that he is the key to running, and if they can get a double teaming him and isolate in that area, that's where they want to go.
Goggins, another Californian out there. Got to go back to his hometown of Los Angeles last year. And the Orange played USC. Quick pass and a nice catch by Norrell, but he's short of the first down. Out to the 32. Still need a yard to go on third down and game to go, really.
Quick slant. Norrell's had a pretty good game. Started off quickly, didn't he?
Zion Jones coming back out, nose tackle.
He's held down some gaps.
Well, when you're 335, you can plug a hole or two. He and Goggins side by side. Orange get to Masonette.
He's short.
And I think they held him short. Nyshawn Davis finished him off. Diabate in the backfield to trip him up. Micah Robinson as well.
Linebackers Syracuse on the smaller side. You've got to keep those offensive linemen, but you got to keep the offensive linemen off them. They're not the kind of guys that can fight off that 285-pound guy. You don't have a 6'4", 250-pound linebacker.
And now it's the Orange turn for a fourth down stop. Stony Brook has 2.5. And a quick set to the line. Masonette has the first down and more. A flag comes down, though, as Masonette's pushed out of bounds, short of midfield. Look out, penalty time.
Holding. Offense. Number 10. 10-yard penalty. 4th down.
Matt Fiella, the fullback, guilty of the hold. And an untimely penalty committed by Stony Brook.
You know, it's something that happens. You're not going to see it here. You're going to see him break to the outside. There you might see it right there. Yeah.
Yep. He hooked Dyshawn Davis, looked like.
And you know what? You really didn't need to. All you need to do is make contact. Linebackers from Syracuse, they've been having trouble with people getting on them.
All right, 4th and ball game here. Under 4 minutes to go. Stony Brook down a couple of scores. 4th and 11 from their own 23. Essington under pressure, gets rid of it. Nobody there but the Orange. It's Brandon Reddish with the interception at his own 40. And Reddish taken down as flags are flying all over the field. And it appears the Orange will be able to salt this one away as Reddish has his first pick.
After change of possession, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, intercepting team number 18. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. The ball will belong to Syracuse. 1st down.
All right, so the interception stands. Sariki Diabate guilty of the illegal block, but Essington just had to get rid of this one. Micah Pierce-Brewster putting some serious heat, or Marcus rather.
Davis was going to. He had a great block lined up. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess you should say, for the Seawolf, he looked up and saw him coming to get out. It's one of those blindside blocks, but a nice interception, and there's the bench as they got to celebrate this turn of possession.
Boy, they bring it all the way back to about where Reddish intercepted the ball, the 42.
Yep.
First career interception for Reddish, the sophomore from Brooklyn.
Can't block below the waist.
Smith up across the 45. As the Orange will salt this one away and breathe a deep sigh of relief.
Timeout.
Stony Brook's not going to give up easy. As Coach Priori calls timeout, his first. Trying to get that football back. Reddish with a pick here in the second half, and Jeremy Wilkes had one in the first half. So the turnover game won by the Orange 2-1, at least to this point. But they will survive, it appears, those 2 4th down stops inside the 5-yard line of Stony Brook. So, you know, obviously Dale, this team that hasn't won in 11 months, needs a win, and they'll feel good about that. But there are certainly some things that Doug Marrone will look at to correct, because the next week they have to go to Minnesota and take on a Big Ten team on the road. Seawolves will return home and host the Colgate Raiders, another team from up this way. Lemon lets it go through his hands. Alec, a couple of catches here today. He's still 3 short of tying for the all-time Syracuse receiving record.
See, I didn't really think they should give it back to them. I think they really need a first down.
Surprised with the pass call there?
And that wouldn't have been a first down either. Let's see.
Got to assume they'll keep this one on the ground, but we'll see. 3rd and 6. Their own 46. Out pattern, open man, first down. Chris Clark, yet another Californian, has it inside the 35-yard line, and a big 3rd down conversion for the Orange. Those out patterns have been wide open, Dale.
They have been. That's a, you know, it's a toughest throw. You know, you got to go diagonal quite a ways, and it's timing. You got to hit your guy, but they're the hardest to stop, and they're the safest to throw on that out. They got a cramp on the sideline. A couple of guys from the Seawolves.
Well, Chris Clark with the go-ahead touchdown in that opener against Northwestern. A big 3rd down conversion there. High school football coming your way. This Friday night, Fulton and JD, the Red Rams, off to a great start at 3-0, hosting the Red Raiders. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. You can see it right here on Time Warner Cable Sports. Also a good Thursday night game coming up this week, Dale. CBA and West Jennings.
Got them all. safety on them all.
Had a late night last night, though, with all the wild weather.
Late wet night. FM beating Beeville at their field. Great game. Both, I tell you, Rouse getting close to 300 and Bright getting over 200 for FM. You had like 500 yards of offense between two running backs. It was a great game.
And this one a little bit closer than perhaps many of the people in here would have hoped for, except for those over there in the far sideline. Syracuse trailed at halftime 17-14. They shut out the Seawolves in the second half and taken the lead on a couple of scores. Marcus Sales with a touchdown catch, and Jared West as well.
You know, he's played pretty well. We talk about Hickey, number 60. And, of course, Mackie McPherson has not missed a snap. Has blocked well up front, so they've got some good things to look at that offensive line. And still talking about the holding calls and on that right side.
Broiled in there behind Nassib is Ryan, patient with that play clock. Under 10. Hands to Broil. Skips ahead and then drives inside the 25. Close to the first down, depending on the spot.
You know what I liked about that? He made one move, knew that, you know, he'd done what he could do, and then put his head down, got as far downfield as he could.
He's about a half-yard short. The Seawolves with 2 timeouts remaining. Passing on taking one here as the clock winds under a minute and a half to go. A game effort and then some by Stony Brook. They have not been able to move the ball here in the second half on the Orange defense. Here's Broil. Left side, first down. It would appear. Yep. Got to the 23. And Syracuse keeps possession. They'll be able to run this one out. That should do it.
Remember we were talking about the snaps. Remember when Paulus became the quarterback his first play and they snapped it about 11 feet over his head? You know, it seems like, oh, that's real simple. It is quite the skill, and it has been done every game in the shotgun here. Every snap, I should say, has been right on the button.
You got a soft spot for those centers, don't you?
I do, because it's a tough job.
Another great snap from Mackey. Another tough run by Broil to the 20. And the Orange don't have to snap it again. So Syracuse fans can celebrate a win. Not since West Virginia, October 21st, 2011, have the Orange tasted victory.
It was not easy.
It certainly was not. Syracuse had to rally in the second half. Ryan Nassib now his 8th second half comeback victory as a starting quarterback, and the Orange will take it, a 28-17 win over the Stony Brook Seawolves, who give the Orange all they could handle. A couple of goal line stands and a 3-point lead at halftime, but Doug Marone's team eventually wearing down the Seawolves and really dominated the second half. Dale, you figure that's what happened, is the size and the speed eventually caught up with Stony Brook.
I guess, you know,